The second behavior is drama. A wolf creates a crisis because he knows it knocks you off balance, and that puts him in control. Have you heard of the term walking on eggshells? I get what they mean, but for me, it wasn't like that. Being married to Dean felt like walking through a field of landmines. Some steps were safe, and some steps were deadly. And the explosion always came out of left field. I never knew which step would be the one to cause the explosion. So yeah, I was always off balance when he was home. There was either some kind of financial emergency or a fight with a neighbor or a problem at work. A lot of drama always came from his job. And who dropped everything? Me, the rescuer, the fixer, the shock absorber, the peacekeeper, the one he knew would always jump when he created drama. Proverbs 19 warns us, "A man of great wrath will pay the penalty, for if you deliver him, you will only have to do it again." The proverb sounds harsh, but it isn't. It's honest. It's a warning that if your husband won't govern himself, someone else will be forced to. And when that someone is you, your nervous system, your peace, and your body, all of you, become the penalty. My sisters, this wisdom doesn't disappear because you got married. It doesn't become untrue. If the man of great wrath is your husband, a covenant doesn't turn chronic wrath into something holy. And it doesn't require you to keep standing in the line of fire. This is the cycle. He creates the crisis out of the blue. Somehow, some way, it roots through you, so you're responsible to fix the crisis. He doesn't learn anything. We all need help sometimes. It's true. But that's the truth he hides behind. You cannot out-rescue a man who thrives on drama. I see this constantly in emails and in forums. It's almost always the wife who's absorbing the fallout from the husband. God didn't design his daughter for that. He designed his son with a massive amount of testosterone so that he'd solve the problems, not create them for the weaker vessel. Stop treating every urgent moment like it's your responsibility. His failure, crisis, drama, and refusal to govern himself, none of that automatically becomes an emergency for you. That sense of urgency is his tool. Your misplaced responsibility is the hook. And when you've been the rescuer long enough, your body jumps before your mind even checks in. So that's the pattern that has to shift. A lot of Christian teaching says that marriage means you dissolve into mutuality, as if you, like the both of you, disappear, and that makes responsibility become this vague, foggy, shared thing that you can't quite name. That's not biblical, and it's not how reality works. God put you in a female body to steward, and he gave your husband a male body to steward. None of that individual ownership got transferred because you had a marriage ceremony. You're still a daughter of God, and your relationship with him didn't change on your wedding day. Learning what God has entrusted to you, your capabilities, your inner resources, who he made you to be, that's the beginning of discernment. It's how you start recognizing the separation that exists inside the one flesh relationship. One flesh doesn't mean one nervous system, and it doesn't mean one conscience, and it doesn't assign you as the one to manage the fallout of your husband's lack of responsibility. Scripture tells us to seek God and walk in peace more than we fear any drama that a wolf tries to stir up. It tells you where to stand. Jesus slept in a boat during a storm, no life jacket. Everyone else was reacting to the storm and the water all around, but he was resting in authority. Seeking God doesn't mean fixing the situation. It means changing where and how you stand in it. When you walk in wisdom, that doesn't mean calm him down, make it better, help him see. That's not what wisdom says. It says, stop standing between your husband and the cost of his behavior. A wolf creates repeated fallouts in your marriage, and every time you rush in to absorb it, emotionally or relationally or spiritually, you train that system to keep rooting that cost through you. Seeking God and his kingdom first re-anchors you. It pulls you out of the interception mode, and it gives responsibility back to the one who's creating the drama. When chaos erupts in your marriage, in that moment, who feels like the authority that you need to respond to first, him or God?